Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Muhammad Hafizuddin bin Muhammad Haris, and today I would like to present our project management for mechanical department. This is goals of our product. Number 1 is to achieve sustainable development goals by United Nations, which is goal number 9, innovation and technology, and goal number 12, which is responsible consumption. The second goal is to create simple automated system, and our product will be enhanced basic automated system to reduce human work. And the third goal is to achieve a sustainable manufacturing, and the last goal is to create an aesthetic product, and our product will be look beautiful on the exterior and have smart ergonomic design. Scope of the project. The first one is project planning. Making project schedule of all work that to do with the deadline for every task. And the second one is project deliveries. Using monitoring tools to make sure all teammates do their works. And the last one is project limitation. Assume that certain things are to be executed that were not budgeted for or included in the project template. This is an organization chart for our department. Muhammad Aikal will be the head of department, and me as a design engineer. Nur Azarina will be the design engineer too, and Abdul Muhaimin bin Abdul Rashid will be production engineer. Ahmad Kamal Tajuddin will be maintenance engineer, and Muhammad Aziz Nakiuddin will be structure engineer. Job scope. The head of the department, Muhammad Aikal, will be in charge of planning project and monitor progress. The head of the department will be in charge also in the planning meeting for medical department and ensure all tasks are complete in the time frame. Me as a design engineer will be design CAD for main body parts of the product and responsible to modify existing product and analyze the main body part. Nur Zarina as a the second design engineer will be design CAD for main body support and assemble all related design parts in the mechanical department. Nur Zarina also in charge of morphological check. Production engineer Abdul Muhaimin will be in charge of drafting all design parts of main body, analyze calculation on the main body, and also estimate budget costing for the product. Ahmad Kamal Tajuddin as a maintenance engineer, energy safety provided on the smart bin, and in charge of planning maintenance works on the body, and also analyze potential risks on the main body. Muhammad Aziz Nakiuddin will, as a structure engineer, will be doing analysis of FEA or the main body parts, assist on designing main body of the product, and also analyze calculation for structure main body. Gantt chart is one of monitoring tools that will be used in our project. Google Meet is the one of the platform that we use to discuss about the project. Minutes of meeting also one of the monitoring tools that we use in our project. Contingency plan. The first event that we face is the cost to fabricate is too expensive. Search and make survey from all market to find affordable price is our response. The contingency plan is change the part with the different brands with cheap price. And the second event that we face is mistake in product design. And our response is meeting among team members and seek help from the supervisor. And the contingency plan is prepare several design for the project. The third event that we face is design failure during engineering analysis. Recalculate and reselect the parts and components is one of our response. Reselect type of material and change dimension of the part is the contingency plan. And the last event that we face is team members got COVID-19. Discuss with all team members and seek help from the church is our response. The contingency plan is divide the task properly to reduce load of the team.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Abdul Muhaimin bin Abdul Rashid. Today I will be presenting about the costing of our product, Smart Tech Bencom. Okay, for the costing, there will be 3 categories, which is bill of material, total cost, and the balance sheet. For the bill of material, I will tell you about all the components that we use to construct the product of our company, which is SmartBin. For the total cost, I will tell you about the price of each part, and at the end of it, I will tell about the total cost for the whole product. And for the balance sheet, we will tell you about all the assets, all the company liability, and the company debt ratio. Okay, now I will tell you a little bit about bill of material. First of all, you need to know that we have 15 components. Okay, the first component is the name part is body, the material is steel, and the quantity used is 1. The second part is back door, the material is steel and the quantity is also 1. Hinge, the material is steel and the quantity we use is 2. For the top plate, the material is steel and the quantity that we use are 4. For the fifth part is the axle shaft. The axle shaft, the material used are steel and the quantity is 4. For the bolt, the material is steel and the quantity is 16. For the next part is fork. The material is steel and the quantity is 4. For the bearing, the material is steel and the quantity is 4. For the wheel, the material that we use is rubber and the quantity is 4. For the rail drawer, the quantity that we use is 2 and the material for it is steel. For the drawer, the material is steel and the quantity is 1. For the drawer handle, the material is steel and the quantity is also 1. For the rail body, the material is steel and the quantity is 2. For the frame rail, the material is steel and the quantity is also 2. And for the 15 part, the last part is the nut. The nut, for the material we use is steel and the quantity of it is 16. The assumption total cost for this product is 350 ringgit. For the balance sheet, there are 3 things that we need to know, which is assets, liability and debt ratio. For the asset, our company asset is $84. Our company liabilities is $270. And for the debt ratio that we have is 3.21. That's all.
Assalamualaikum and hi. I am Nur Azarina binti Azman as a design engineer in SmartTech Bitcom company will be presenting about the development of the product. Firstly, in order to identify the problem of the smart bin, a survey had been distributed and there are 134 respondents in total. Only 4 high votes had been selected to be the problem statement of the product. Let me explain to you the problem that most of the respondents encountered in a simple way. When you buy something, for example a bin, you tend to buy it based on the attractiveness of the product. Then, as you buy the smart bin, you tend to move it in a suitable place which you need a bin that can move around easily. When you use the bin, logically it will contribute to bad odor based on the design that the bin used and based on the waste that you have thrown. Once the bin is full, you will collect it and usually the garbage plastic will stick on the surface of the bin. Now, here are the objectives that I had made in order to give solution to the problem. It is basically the opposite of the problem. Imagine that you will have a smart bin that have an aesthetic features which looks good on your kitchen. Imagine that your smart bin will make sure that your house do not have bad odors. Imagine that your smart bin can be moved easily from one place to another. Imagine that you can collect the plastic garbage easily from the smart bin. As for the concept generation, I had used the morphological chart which a random design of main body, waste basket, garbage collection door, and supports. It will be randomly selected and from that, 5 concepts had been generated in order to be evaluated for the next step, which is product evaluation. As for the product evaluation, I had used the push chart in order to identify the best product. Original design is the datum. The original design being before the improvement and innovation had been made. Based on the push chart, it can conclude that the design for had to be selected because it achieved all the objectives for our expected design. The material used to manufacture this product is steel, tin plate, and has a stronger yield strength for exerting forces from a rubbish. Besides that, it has a useful lifetime up to 10 years. It also has a safety factor in the design that can be a factor of marketability. With the concept of the design, we did improvise with special features to make sure there is an innovation in creating a new design. There are three main parts on our smart bin, which is the main body, a wastebasket drawer, and the swivel caster wheel. Our product have a two working principle, which one of them is wastebasket drawer. Our wastebasket drawer can slide easily with the help of the roller. The drawer purpose is to ease the work of the user in order to collect the plastic garbage without getting to stick on the wall. Our wastebasket is also can be taken out and cleaned with water. With the wastebasket around, users do not have to lift up the entire smart bin in order to wash the smart bin. The next working principle is swivel caster wheel. The swivel caster wheel can be moved easily as it can rotate 360 degrees. Thus, it can be moved in any direction that the user wants. The swivel caster wheel will help the user to move the smart bin with ease and convenience. Ergonomically, it also will prevent the user from getting back pain as the user only need to push the smart bin and not to lift it up. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Kamal Tajuddin bin Kamal Zamir. I'm the maintenance engineer for mechanical department for SmartTech Bin Corp Corporation. So I will be continuing presenting about production of engineering blueprint utilizing engineering software. So in this section, I will explain briefly four main components. The first one is the software that is being used for our product design. The second one is the bill of materials. The third one is a drawing template. And last but not least, I will explain to you about the drawing of product part. So for our first part, is basically software. As you can see, the software that has been used for our group in the making of product design is a CATIA V5 R20. Using this software, as you can see, we managed to make three things. The first one is CATIA part, second one is a CATIA product, and the third one is a CATIA drawing. Okay, moving on to the next one, which is the bill of materials. As you can observe from the drawing that have been shown on the screen, we have 15 parts of component that have been assembled together to make our product, which is smart bin. As you can see from the screen, there is two types of material that has been used, which is the first one is the steel and the second one is rubber. And all of this component or product has been assembled using bolt and nut. Okay, continuing with drawing template. In this drawing template, the first one is basically the info for our class, lecturer name, company and department. And we also include our university logo with our subject course. The second one is basically our drawing title. The third one is basically our design and also reviewed by the column. And then number 4 is our scale and also weight. Number 5 is basically the last one is our revision number. We also include the drawing number, as you can see from the example is drawing number 1. Next is basically we can see from the screen is actually the 4 type of view that included in our drawing, which is the first one is top view, second front view, third one is right view, and the last one is isometric views. Okay, in this section, I will show you 15 parts of all component that has been used and that has been drawn by our drafter in the making of our product, which is smart bin. As you can see, the first one is our main body. The second one is the back door. Next is our hinge that has been used for the door. The sixth one is our upper fiber. It's a bracket that is connected with the tire or wheel. The fourth one is the axle. The fifth one is the axle shaft. Next one is the bolt. This is the lower swivel. The eighth one is our bearing. This is the number 9, which is the wheel. And this is number 10 is the rail drawer. 11 is the drawer and door handle, rail body, frame rail, and last but not least is the nut. As you can see from the screen, this is our final product. which is the complete assemble for our all of the 15 parts, as you can see from the screen below.
Hello, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Aika Bipul and I am a CEO of this SmartBin company. I will explain about final product specification. Product specification talks about dimension of product, material of product, joining method of weight of product. As you can see, it is a complete SmartBin. Use welding and bolt and nut as a joining methods. The weight of the overall is 42 kg and it is a bit heavy, so we might change the material such as combination of steel and perspex or plastic. Next product specification is main body of SmartBin. The main body of SmartBin is dimension of product is stated that the depth dimension 1, dimension 2 and chamfer edge. The 4 chamfer edges we use radius 20 mm. For the joining method, we use welding and bolt and nut for the joining method. For the material of the product is we use plastic, perspex or steel, or we can combine two of this material such as combination of plastic with perspex or steel with perspex. And lastly, the weight of the main body is 22 kg. Next is the drawer of SmartBin. The drawer of SmartBin is same that we use the material of plastic, steel of perspex, or we can combination the two of material. The weight of the product is 16 kg. Next, let's go to the features and performance. There are three features, that's the drawer and rails, back door and wheel. Next, let's discuss about the SmartBin performance. To begin, there is a SmartBin drawer that can open and close to eliminate trash. The SmartBin is easy to move and can spin 360 degrees thanks to its swivel or trolley wheel. Finally, if necessary, rail that assists in the movement of drawer in and out must be maintained. Furthermore, the back door must be opened and closed for maintenance purpose, such as the pump, hose and timer. Next, let's go to the safety features. Last but not least, this bin has a number of safety features. To begin, create a curve or spherical form at the main body's end. The goal is to protect the user while also improving the user surrounding. Second, a 360 degree rotating trolley and swivel wheel has been added under the main body, allowing to easy mobility while carrying a high weight. The wheel's bearing, on the other hand, ensure that the wheel runs smoothly because bearing can reduce friction and allow the smoother spinning. This is the case. Finally, nuts and bolts are used to hold parts or components together, providing clamping force and preventing axial load.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Azin Ekuni Bihamka and today I would like to present analysis engineering result of our department mechanical. What is the part we focusing? We analyze the critical part in SmartBin to find the suitable load that our SmartBin can sustain or support. There are three parts that need calculation, which is structure, welding because we use a steel, and a bearing. While for FEA, we analyze two parts, which is frame rail and a rail main body. For the structure analysis, because we assume the drawer will carry a load 88.29 Newton, so each frame will have a 44.145 Newton. From the equilibrium equation, the shear force acting on the frame was 44.145 Newton. And also for the equilibrium equation, we get the moment acting on the frame, which is 0.53 Newton meter. And for analysis 2, we assume the distribution load was 132.17 Newton meter. Because of the distribution load is from 0 to the length of the frame, which is 334 mm, there are only one cutting section. From the cutting section, we get the shear and the moment equation. And lastly, these are the shear force diagram and the bending moment that we get. If we observe the diagram of the shear and the bending moment diagram was equilibrium, so it was a good analysis. Next, we proceed to the welding analysis or calculation. The width of weld was 396 mm. Because of we weld the plate two sides, which is a fillet weld. Each side has a same strength and the analysis. For the total length of one side of weld was 2188mm. As you know, total length equal to the effective length. Then we assume the size of weld was 5mm and the mass was 70.355 kg. We calculate the shear force by assuming the theta was 90 degree. As you know, the standard safety factor is 0.3. So we multiply the shear force with the safety factor to get the allowable stress. In order to find the strength of a fillet, we need to find the strength of a weld first. Then, by using the strength of fillet, we get the value of is 36.1104 kN. For the bearing analysis or calculation, we use a deep groove bearing 6000. We assume axial load Fa is 87 Newton and the radial load Fr is 175 Newton. And from the specification of table of the bearing, the chosen bearing is 6000. From there, we get the basic rating load, which is Cr 4.582 kN and Cor is 1.971 kN. While the factor obtained is 12.4, value x and y are obtained by comparing the value of E and calculated from value factor multiplied Fa and divided with the rating load Cor via proportional interpolation. The result of x is 0.56 and the result of y is 1.82. Next, for the next step is to calculate PR, which is dynamic equilibrium load. By using PR equal to x Fr plus y Fa, we get the dynamic equilibrium load. And lastly, for the service life, we use the service life equation and we get the final answer is 31,730.9 hours of the bearing life. For the finite element analysis, the first part is a frame rail. The element quality is generated by Katja in the static analysis. From there, we can know the criterion of a part whether in good, poor, bad or worse condition. As we can see, 92.38% of the part was in good condition. And from the bond meter stress diagram, only little of the red region was meter stress compared to the blue and the green region. So, the part will sustain the assuming load that we calculate before this in the structure analysis. For the last part of the finite element analysis, the element quality of a rail main body was 99.97 in a good condition. And from the bond meter stress diagram, you can see only at the initial state of the rail has a red region. But from the result, it will sustain load of the drawer and can support the maximum load of the drawer. That's all for me. Thank you.